Hello, I'm Walt Richardson. Join me for a half hour of music from one of Arizona's treasures. It's coming up on the Songwriters Showcase. Tonight, I want to introduce you to a very special friend of mine, Francine Reed. It's good to have you here.
Hi, Walter, darling.
I love that.
Do you love that?
I love that.
That's why I usually greet you that way, because you have a special place in my heart.
Well, you have a very special place in my heart as well, because it was your shows that I watched to start my career. You were my mentor.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? That brings me to a question. How did you get started?
I was born 64 years ago, and the doctor slapped me. I said, "Look at me." I believe that is my start.
That's your start. Do you remember what key you were in?
Probably B flat.
B flat. Well, it's good to have you on the Songwriters Showcase. It's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. And this first song, Trouble in Mind, why is that a special
From
one
my
to you?
sister Margot. Margot used to sing this song all the time. So when I left Arizona and moved to Atlanta, I started singing it.
Okay, great.
And it depicts a part of my life.
Well, we're going to get a chance to listen to this. Check this out.
Thank y'all so much. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. Oh, but I won't be so blue always. Sun's gonna shine in my back door someday. I got trouble in my mind, yes, it's true. I've almost lost my mind. I ain't never had so much trouble in my life before. So I guess I'm gonna go down to the river. I'm gonna take my easy chair. And if the blues don't get me, I'm gonna rock on away from here. Y'all don't hear me? Said I'm gonna lay my head on some long railroad track, and I'll let the 219 train ease all my trouble in mind. Yeah, I got a lot of trouble in my mind. Yes, I'm blue, but I won't be so blue always. I know the sun's gonna shine in my back door someday. Yeah.
love singing the classics. I want to know what drew you to blues and jazz.
Actually, it was money. Money and an opportunity to do something I had not done. Mm-hmm. The blues really came pretty tough for me. I'm still in Blues 101, in fact. Oh, absolutely. I lived across the street from a blues club when I moved to Atlanta. There was my classroom right there. Mm-hmm. And once I felt it, plus I'd heard lots of great blues players here, mm-hmm. but I didn't feel that I was drawn to that.
Well, you know, you have various styles inside of your singing. I want to know who are some of your favorite people, and you know, who are some of the folks you've performed with.
Most of my favorite people and people who inspired me was my family. Mm-hmm. I'm the baby girl. Mm. So watching my family sing was inspirational for me. And then of course, we had all the great artists that my mom and dad used to play at home. Like, when we listened to Eartha Kitt, we listened to Count Basie, mm-hmm. Ray Charles. Right. So those were kind of like my mentors.
I remember a real particular turning point in your career when you started working with Lyle Lovett. Mm. That was what, about 1985 or so?
Somewhere around that great number. He says we've been working together 30 years, so somebody else has to do that math. But that was amazing.
I would come into the club and ask you for a particular song, and this is one that falls in that same genre. It is Wild Women Don't Get the Blues. Ow! You know what I'm saying?
Yes, baby.
We're going to check that one out right here. Wild Women Don't Get the Blues.
2, 3, 3, 3, 4. Well, you hear these women raging about their funky, 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 funky men. They got some trifling husbands, Lord knows they got some no good friends. All these fret women sitting around the house all day long, and they're wondering when their loving pipes ever coming home. Wild women never worry. Wild women never, never get the blues. I got a sweet disposition. I'm gonna wear my very own. I ain't never gonna spend not one lonely night at home all alone. I can go out, drink all the Cavassier I can find. I can walk the streets all night, and I can tell any man to go to hell if that man don't act right. Wild women never worry. Wild women never, never get the blues. Give another hand to the band. This song called Wild Women Don't Get the Blues was written in 1924 by a lady named Ida Cox. This song called Wild Women Don't Get the Blues was first recorded by an all-women's, I said an all-women's jazz band out of New York City. Somebody brought it to me one day right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Said, you ought to sing this song because you're a wild woman. I said, you right. Any wild women here tonight? Any wild men here tonight? You boys ain't never gonna get nothing if you keep acting like an angel child. Give it up tonight's a real good night, y'all. Gotta get wild. Gonna tell you one more thing. You know, Francine never tells a lie. Wild women will be the first ones. Lord will learn how to fly. Wild women never worry. Wild women don't get the blues. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We're here talking to Francine Reed, my favorite. So back to a little discussion here about Lyle Lovett. What was it like working with him and touring?
How a thrill.
Yeah.
It still is. So I still get to tour with Lyle probably once every 2 years now. But I remember the first day I walked into the studio and saw him and thought, what a skinny guy with a great voice. And is he really singing?
Right.
That was my whole idea. And then, of course, I soon found out. I knew he was going to be great.
Now you did an appearance on Austin City Limits, I think it was. Would you do one of those performances there?
Oh, we did lots of appearances.
That's where I saw you first time live. When I saw you with him, that was the first time I saw you on stage with him.
That was our first time performing together after being in the studio with Lyle. And that's when I found out he really can sing.
Now you have some of your roots here in Phoenix here. You lived here for, I mean, that's where I...
20 years.
20 years. What brings you back?
You.
Hey, I thought you were going to say
And the
that.
Tempe Artist Showcase. Hey, what else?
But you do come back to the Valley every now and then, and the family does.
And hang out with the family.
Yeah, the Reed family. You guys do a Christmas show here.
We do a show every now and then, but that's not very often, not as often as we'd like.
Yeah, yeah. I just have to recount some of the stories that happened over at Chewy's early on in my career when you stepped up on stage and sang with us for the first time. I think the song was Feeling All Right.
All Right, yeah.
And you stepped in and we heard this voice coming in on one of the mics and looked over and it was you. And all of us, we took it up to the next level. And ever since then, I said, now I know there's a climb. There's a much higher level in this music, you know, and you were inspirational.
Thank you, sweetheart.
For me. And to this day, I just enjoy your talent, everything that you bring to the stage, the way you work the crowd. You know?
Thank you so much. You know, I don't do that very often, jump up on the stage with people like that. But it was fun with you guys.
You know, the next tune that we're talking about is I'm a Handful.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
I don't mean personally me, but I am personally a handful.
You are too, honey. You're probably 2 handfuls.
Well, that'll be another song. Let's check this one out. I'm a Handful.
richest man in the neighborhood. I'm gonna do whatever I please. Eve told Adam, I'll have to give you that. She said, hand me down that apple, baby. Hold on to your hand, 'cause I'm a handful. Sweet as I can be, but I'm a handful. If you can get your hands on me, I'm just as good as gold. Just as hard to hold, I'm a handful. Okay, go, okay, go, okay, go. All right, give a hand to Billy, y'all. Show him that love. All right, I'm not done yet, y'all. Watch it now, watch it. Forget about them chickens and that Garden of Eve scene. Pay me strict attention, 'cause we're talking about Francine. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able. Speak the language of love. But you better bring your visa. Don't forget your Diners Club. I'm a handful. Sweet as I can be, but I'm a handful. If you can get your hands on me, I'm just as good as gold. Just as hard to hold. I'm a handful. Hey, go, go. Do that again, y'all. Oh yeah, she's a handful. It's them little bitty ones. I know you a handful. You two handfuls, baby. You like me. I think my son is up there. He's 3 handfuls. Better bring a friend. You know how it is with those people. Yeah, look at me. Can't you see? I'm a sure enough handful. Pork chops and fried chicken and mashed potatoes every day. Don't forget my cornbread, yeah. That would make me a handful. I'm a handful. Such a handful. Big old handful.
I'm a handful. That was great.
Thank you, sweetheart.
But the real special tune that my favorite is the one Coming Alive that we recorded in the studio when your band Fever jumped in at the last minute to do all of the rhythm section, play all the drums, bass, everything, and do the background vocals for my double bridge CD. You remember that morning?
I do remember that morning, and you wrote that song.
I wrote that song.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I wrote all those tunes.
You're the man, I tell you.
Glad, you know?
I love that, and we loved everything you did then and still today. Coming alive.
Coming alive. Love's coming alive. I love exactly what you...
Love's coming alive.
Yeah.
That's it. It's coming back now.
Check this one out.
coming alive. Love's coming alive. 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 Come, she said, bring me all your hungry. Come, she said, bring me all your poor. Quench your thirst from the saving water. Dry your eyes, shed these tears no more. Coming alive, love's coming alive. 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 Do you remember crystal blue persuasion? Do you remember all the riots in the streets? I remember the anti-demonstration. I remember this nation's cry for peace. Coming alive, love's coming alive. 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 In this world of human relations, in this world of war and peace, whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you also do to you and me. Coming alive, love's coming alive, yeah. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Somebody play something. Some see this ending in total destruction. Some see this ending in rapture and glee. I say it's work and it's under construction. The road is hard, but the pace must never cease. Coming alive, love's coming alive, yeah. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Coming alive, love's coming alive. What you got? Coming alive, love's coming alive, yeah. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Coming alive, love's coming alive, yeah. Coming alive, love's coming alive. Coming alive, love's coming alive, yeah. My love is coming. This love is coming. Oh, love is coming. How you feeling out there?
Francine, thank you so very much for joining us on this showcase.
It's too much fun. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
I'm Walt Richardson, and for more information about all the wonderful programs at the Tempe Center for the Arts, check their website out at tempe.gov. Until we meet again, keep jamming, keep doing your thing. I'll see you.